Yeah, well, I had one, but then after work I went to Walmart. You guys probably see these. It kind of gave me another topic. So, what is something like as a child that you kind of are into, like toys or whatever, that you still are collecting today that you really still enjoy?
Oh.
So I know a big one for probably most of us is Pokemon cards.
I'm just looking at the shelf behind you, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So like anything else that you guys are really into?
I mean, honestly, Pokemon cards is probably it. That's the only thing I can think of. I collected them growing up, loved them as a kid, really fell out of it until a couple years ago, or until actually just a little bit over a year ago now, is when I started picking it back up. And I don't know, ever since then, it's just been super, super fun. It's been something I like to collect.
Yeah.
It depends on if I have money or not.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That's a big thing right there.
For sure.
But Pokemon cards for sure.
I know one thing I've collected is I always collect a first edition of every Zelda game as it's released. I've done so ever since Link to the Past.
That's kind of awesome.
So
that is actually
my
really cool.
Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, first edition. My brother got me the...
now, is it opened?
Yes, but that's because I played all of them.
Okay.
But I always get the first editions and I collect them.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So...
I'd say they're kind of cool if they were all sealed still.
No, they're not
get them
sealed.
graded.
Yes,
That'd be really cool, actually.
That would be cool, but I was a child and I just wanted to
Sure,
play
yeah, I
them.
get
No,
it.
that makes sense.
If you could get the gold cartridge, Link to the Past.
My brother has the original gold cartridge Legend of Zelda and Adventure of Link.
Oh, nice.
What's the gold one I have in the closet back here,
That's,
Logan?
I think Zelda 1, I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
I found it at XL Gaming down in
Yeah.
Milford.
Yeah.
They had it. It was like $10. I'm like, okay, I want it. It looks cool.
A pristine, unopened gold cartridge will go for some good cash, though.
Oh
so
yeah. This is definitely not that.
I figured it.
This is like it's used. It's been obviously opened if it's used, but and it's not even really great shape. I thought it looked cool. I'm like, hey, I've never played these, and it'd be kind of fun to instead of emulating, just play on the original because I got the NES sitting up there. Be kind of fun just to pop it in someday and play it.
Something else I've always collected. Oh my gosh, I just had it in my head. What was it? Something else I've collected.
From childhood?
Board games.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I
yeah.
tons of those, man.
Yes, I do, because I keep collecting them.
How many, if you could give a rough estimate, because I bet you don't have the exact number in your head, if you were to count every game you have, what would it be?
Not counting expansions, at least 150.
Count expansions.
Probably over 300.
Didn't you at one point, you could fill your minivan?
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Well,
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Where do you store them? Because they take up a pretty significant amount of space.
Oh, I know. I know.
How do you store that many board
Shelves.
games?
Lots of shelves.
Fair. Okay. Because I'm just thinking
I've reached
here,
the point where I'm out of shelf space, so that's the sad part.
you could probably fill up the entirety of this back room here, the back storage. I don't know if you've seen how deep that goes.
Probably.
But you
Yeah,
could
he can
probably-
close.
I bet he could
they're-
fill it up. If there's that
They're
many,
not that big, though. A lot of them are also smaller games.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, this also isn't that big of a room.
Jordan goes from saying it's big to it's not that big.
Well, okay, for a closet, it's
Relatively.
relatively big. The door's stuck. Whatever.
Well, I know I have a room that's a little longer than this, lined with games, so...
Wow. That's actually kind of impressive, yeah, because other than Pokemon cards, there's really nothing that I collected as a kid that I still am into.
Ooh, we should totally do board game playthroughs. It'd be fun.
I have enough to keep us going for a couple years.
I lose my patience at board games way too quick.
Hey, I have Pokemon Master Trainer.
It's weird. I can sit down and I can play Monopoly for like 5 hours.
That's not
that's
Pokemon Monopoly.
I could
That was
bring
fun when
my wife.
Yeah.
My wife has Dogopoly and Farmopoly. Speaking of dogs,
Ranger.
He's still mad about not playing fetch.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's true.
Understand.
he's like, "What? You're up there with your friends, not with me?"
Ranger,
Loser.
we got a ball.
I know I left a ball up there.
Through the window, all of a sudden,
I mean, we're on the second floor. That'd be kind of impressive.
Ranger just yeets.
I mean, it's not really a collection, I guess, but something else that, and Dan's going to be like, of course you bring this up. Something that I've been buying a lot more of recently.
Guns?
Yes. I loved them as a kid, you know, and I would always go out shooting with my dad and my uncle. And my uncle has more than I could count. But I've just now been recently starting to get into a lot more of my own.
I thought you were going to say G Fuel.
I mean, that is a pretty fair collection up there as well.
Yeah.
That's not like something I did as a kid, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't chugging G Fuel and energy drinks as a child. But like I've been shooting since I was 5 or 6. We go out with a little 22 rifle, you know, and just plink at some targets out of the range or whatever. And now being able to get some stuff like this, I don't know, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then another thing that it's not really a collection, it's more of just a hobby that I have kind of progressed through the years would be photography. Like I love getting camera gear, and I've always enjoyed taking pictures, like even on like, you know, little digital cameras growing up on vacation, and just like going out and seeing if I could get a cool picture or something. But now actually being able to get some decent, you know, lenses and cameras and stuff like that, and being able to go out and get some cool night shots. Like I tried getting night shots on my phone a few years ago, like, you know, stars and stuff, and you can barely make them out. But then the pictures I've been getting recently are, I think, unbelievable with how cool and like how much it picks up in terms of like, you know, stars. Like you can see more stars in the photos than you can with your eye, which is, I just think, so cool.
Can you even get disposable cameras anymore?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually just talking to a guy last night while I was at work. He is really into photography as well, and that's kind of what brought this up. He still shoots with film
Okay.
every once in a while.
Most
He has a few
professional
film.
photographers will use film.
Yeah, he said he has an entire deep freeze full of film just in case they stop making it. But he's like 80 years old or 70. He's in his late 70s. He was a cop and retired in 2007. You know, so however old he'd be now, I guess. I don't know if let's just say you retired at 65, you know, or whatever age it would be. But he says he has an entire deep freeze full of film. And that kind of got me thinking about photography stuff last night too. And it's kind of funny now we can bring it up here. But yeah, being able to just, you know, even though it's super expensive, just get some cool gear and stuff and be able to go out and just kind of have some fun with it, make some cool videos or, you know, get some cool pictures and stuff like that. It's always kind of fun.
Yeah.
Not really a collection I had as a kid, but it was a hobby I had growing up that now, you know, I can actually get into a little bit more.
Sure. The only thing that I suppose from childhood still, aside from like Pokemon and stuff, is I have a decent sized collection of video games. I mean,
I got quite a few of those as well.
like, I'd play them all, obviously, but I still have them from way back when, from SNES to PS4, that kind of stuff. But something I didn't collect these in childhood, but early college, late high school kind of stuff. I have a pretty decent collection of comic books.
Oh yeah, you do have quite a few of those.
Full volumes and loose leaf comics. Spider-Man's my boy, as you know.
Yeah.
I have quite a bit of the Amazing Spider-Man series and a bunch of other stuff. But, yeah. Haven't collected them in a while since I don't have a comic book store readily available for me to go waste my money at. So
That'd be nice, though.
There's not one down in Spencer, is there?
No.
I
Not that I know
don't
of.
think so. We should tell Kevin to get into comic books.
Bad.
He has all the games.
Yeah.
A lot of times they are in together.
I mean, he has enough space in that store. I mean, you've seen it. Holy crap, man! That store.
There's a lot of empty space.
Oh, it's a former Hallmark.
Yeah, it's just a ton of dead space in there because he has, you know, if he took his video game section, not video games, his board game section, and like compressed them into reasonably spaced, he would have over half his store left. You know?
More than.
Yeah.
You can
I-
put
didn't I say more than half is still
shelves in
left?
there, too. if
I
you
was
want.
saying like way more.
Oh.
Way more than is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because he isn't even really utilizing the upper floor, is he?
No, there's really, I don't think anything upstairs, and apparently there's a basement as well. Like this guy, this has more room than I think he even knows what to do with. It's ridiculous, and that's. I want him to get more cards, but he
He should go into comics.
should go into comics as well, just for Dan's wallet.
Actually, no, he shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
Next time I go down there, I'm gonna tell him that I have a buddy that wants him to get into comics.
I would love for
Yeah, I was gonna
That'd be awesome.
say I can't think of
A lot
anything
of money.
I collect because money. I just don't really spend money on any collections necessarily.
I
now.
thought he was gonna say because I'm married and I'm not allowed.
Well,
to
that
spend
was
money.
also. I mean, partially that's it. Like I am married. I share funds with someone else, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's probably a good thing. I'm not saying you guys are wasting your money, but I don't think I'm missing out on any collections necessarily. It's just I couldn't think of anything.
I mean,
You
it's
collect
just
sporting
fun.
events.
Yeah, I do. I go to a lot of those because of my job.
Well, he gets paid to go.
And
to
outside
those.
of that, too.
Oh yeah, we go to Twins games and
Yeah.
Vikings games, and
Yeah.
I used to, if anything, I used to collect like hats. Like if I went to a Cardinals game once, and I wanted a Cardinals hat. Now I'll never go to a Cardinals game
I
again.
just
But
got this one the other day.
can I have it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So
There's
what you collect are memories, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
There you go.
And I guess pounds because I spend a lot of money on food.
Ooh,
So
I feel that. I feel
Understand that.
Story of my life.
Ooh.
yeah.
Sentimental.
Yeah. So
Logan's like, we're done. We're done.
Logan's like, we're gonna move on now.
like like I said, the reason for me bringing this topic up is because mine are like Pokemon cards, video games, but another one is Legos. That was
I used to have Legos
one
a
of
long
the
time ago.
one of the like first things I remember playing with as a kid. I remember my first Lego set actually was the original like old version. Like, it was when Lego Star Wars first was coming out, and it was the transformation station or whatever from Vader to Anakin. Or
Oh, that'd be
Anakin
kind of
Vader.
dope.
And it was like a thing you could like rotate, and it was really fun, and I remember loving it. And so then I got into Lego Star Wars from there, and from that point on, I just kind of stuck with it. And then Marvel started doing stuff around like when Avengers 1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is awesome. And so I started collecting all the Marvel ones, and I've probably spent hundreds of dollars on Legos. Like,
Oh, they're so expensive.
yeah, they're
They
really
are
expensive.
incredibly expensive.
They
They
Actually,
were expensive back then. They're even more so. now.
Yes.
A friend of mine lives out in California. She was streaming last night, and she got like the big R2D2 Lego set, and so
Yeah.
she's been streaming her putting that together. But I think she said that was like $500 or something insane like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Is it Cloud City? I think is like $700. That
Yeah.
was awesome though.
Liz and
love
I,
that
like
one.
when the Hogwarts set came out for Harry Potter, we were like, oh, that'd be fun. Like, why not splurge on one? Then we saw the price tag. We're like, that's why I not splurge on that.
Yeah, they're expensive.
One of my friends from way back when, he used to have all the Lego sets and everything. He had like the full Imperial Star Destroyer and the Death Star, like hanging in his room.
The Death
like,
Star is one that's always been on my bucket list to get.
And way back when, like those were hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I think the
Even
Death
more
Star
so now.
now they revised it, and it's like I think it's 600. It's 500 or 600, and that's always been like ever since this kid. I've always wanted that one. Just never been able to get it. But I've always been into like the bigger
that?
like yeah, stuff like that. The more like
This is the big R2 that she posted a picture of on Twitter.
Mm.
She didn't say how much it costs though, but it's like
A lot.
the box
Yeah.
basically goes from her legs up to
yeah.
her eyes.
I
I was gonna say, how tall is this friend?
Never actually met her. I don't think very tall.
Oh.
But it's more the fact that on a human being it can go from here to
Yeah.
here, like just the
Yeah.
box. Like that's a decent sized box
Yeah.
for a Lego set.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, they're definitely they're very expensive, but I think most times they're worth it if you have the money and enjoy it like I do. I enjoy building them. I also don't get,
It's a squirrel outside.
I know the squirrels.
Yep.
He's taking part.
but I don't get a lot of like the more kid sets where it's just like little play sets. I like getting
Sure.
a lot of the like more like the Avengers Towers and like the more like display pieces.
Yeah.
That's a lot of my collection. Like I have the Millennium Falcon, which is giant. It's like this big.
Mhm.
Sits on the table. I have that one. I have Slave One. I have.
I think Chucko actually from Twitch has the Millennium Falcon one as well.
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon.
He's
there-
really into Legos.
Yeah, there's
though.
a bunch of Millennium Falcons that
Oh,
have
yeah.
come out. But yeah, I really love just a lot of like the display stuff.
Sure.
Just sitting stuff on like my desk and be like, hey,
Have
I
you
built
checked
that.
out any of the Halo sets?
Well, that is Mega Bloks, and
I
I
thought there was actual Lego ones now though.
there might be, but I haven't seen them yet.
Hmm.
I know Mega
Could be.
Bloks has like the
Gotcha.
Halo stuff. I actually do have some of those from
Those are
back in
cool.
my childhood. I have like those like little Mega Bloks
Mhm.
figures. But yeah, I just love display, and I love the minifigures, which is a big reason I bought these because I like the fact that they did a CMF version, which CMF is collectible minifigure series.
Mhm.
They've done that for a while now, and they do sometimes where they do like waves of like other series, and they've just been able to start doing Marvel and Star Wars ones now. And so for Marvel, they did ones based on the Disney Plus series, And so, as you guys can see, I got some of them here. But
Cool.
the thing about them is like they're way more detailed than regular minifigs.
Did you break it, Jordan?
You know,
No, it just really
No.
bugs me that she's not centered on this block.
oh yeah, I just
That
put her.
really bugs me. And
Yeah.
I just look like there's no way to center her.
No, you can. You just have to take that piece off.
Oh, okay. I say just taking her off and moving her to the other side, it does the same thing. Just
You see, that requires thinking processes above what you're doing right now.
Okay.
But yeah, like another aspect that I really love about
Well,
Legos
I think we all knew that.
is like the more like adult audience has like think they do
love
call
you, Jordan.
they do things called mocks,
Mm-hmm.
which are like I want to do one eventually because they look insane, but they're like literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of these
hundreds of thousands
Yes.
for Legos.
because well, it's what it is. It's like people build like sets the size of this room.
oh,
and, like,
so you're talking like
mocks.
multiple sets.
Well, it's like a personal mock, and so what it is like a battlefield. So
Yeah.
like one of the coolest ones I've seen is Kashyyyk, the Battle of Kashyyyk. It's literally like probably from here to like that wall, and then back, and then probably a little bit further out, and it's the entire. It looks like the entire like beach of Kashyyyk, and then you see all the trees,
like water and everything, huh?
like water. It's like really detailed. I'll show you guys after.
It's kind of cool.
It's
Actually.
really cool, but it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Legos, and it's
No, thank
really
you.
really cool. But I could never do that.
I mean, seeing Legoland at Mall of America, it's always
Yeah,
pretty
it's
fun.
really-
Oh yeah,
It's a lot like
that's
that, yeah.
that's insane.
yeah, stuff
like some of
that.
those built.
The
like
giant helicopter that they have hanging from the ceiling.
Optimus
Yeah.
Prime.
The
is,
Yeah.
giant Lego Hulk or
Yeah.
or the
That's
the Hulkbuster
actually
armor
ridiculous.
Legos.
Yes,
And you
yep.
expect more of it walking in the store. It's like, oh no, that's just where I buy bricks. Okay.
Yeah, like
I want-
there's nothing in the
you,
store.
You get greedy. You're like, I want more.
Yeah, yeah. You see it from the outside, and you're like, holy crap! Like this looks awesome. You know, with the big helicopter, everything above it. Then you walk in, you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, I
There's some
don't
sets
know.
on the walls and stuff, and they.
Oh
they
yeah,
have,
there's a
the-
couple. Yeah.
Like you look at the wall, and it's like it looks like those candy machine or candy like containers where you
Yep.
go in and get your candy with all these different colored Legos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the brick walls.
Yeah.
You can't do
jelly
those
bean
anymore.
dispensers. But
Really?
Yeah, so my grandma had a Lego store by her. Like literally, it's at the mall, like 5 minutes from our house where I was living in Georgia, and so I would go there every now and then, and because of COVID, you can't use brick and pick. Like they've locked it off, so you can't
That's
even
so
use it anymore.
stupid.
I'm like, I wanted to build some mocks while I was down there because I
Mm.
built like little ones. Like
Well,
I built.
I'm trying to think. I
Uh,
was in Minneapolis. I can't remember if they had theirs locked up or not.
They probably do.
I haven't been to the Mall of
But,
America since
yeah.
before all this stuff started.
Yeah, I really
Mhm.
because I like building like little mocks. Like I built the Battle of Wakanda one time, and that was sweet. I got like 4 or 5 like the drops shit, like
Mhm.
little drops pod things from the Infinity War, and I put them out, and then I've got like a whole bunch of like of my Marvel figs, and like it was super sweet.
Maybe I have been. I don't remember.
Hmm.
But
Cool.
but yeah,
Cool.
So
Pretty neat.
yeah, anybody else got any? I know.
I covered basically all mine.
I was gonna say if we collect anything, my wife loves Legos, so that'd probably be what we did. But I said they're expensive.
Yeah,
Collections
they're
are
not cheap.
expensive.
Most things they collect that we've all talked about are very expensive. So
Yes, extremely.
Why are fun things
The
expensive?
cheapest one I think is Pokemon cards, and that's even.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is like
I wouldn't call them cheap.
I would
Well,
not
no,
call
I
them
mean out of
cheap.
everything we've talked
Yeah.
about though, like that's the lowest price out of everything, and that's even expensive.
Actually, I don't know. My Zelda game's fresh out of the purchase. Not
honestly,
expensive individually.
comics are probably less
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, maybe comics.
because you don't buy as many. Like it depends on what you're buying, but you know,
Okay.
Yeah.
you can get a couple volumes and it'll get you over $100 easy. But
All
yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Is
You
it-
don't buy as many as you would like booster packs either.
Now
so.
it's like
Yeah.
comic books. How does that vary from manga? Because I know manga. can be very
highly.
expensive. Is
Well,
it like
manga doesn't
actually
come out that much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
You get your little volume. It's just a little book,
Yeah.
and then if you're current on it, like you gotta wait until the next volume comes out. So,
Mhm.
and what those are maybe $15 maybe.
Yeah, I think it's.
It
I think, yeah,
varies depending on
10
how
to
popular
15,
and how big
yeah.
it is. Comics, if you have, say you're collecting, an Avengers comic, a Spider-Man comic, and an X-Men comic, right? That's 3 comics, right? Those come out weekly issues. So every Wednesday is when comic book day is. You go and get your 3 issues.
You know, I actually did not know that.
I
Yep.
guess I didn't know there were still ones that came out
Yeah.
weekly.
Yes,
Mhm.
many.
I didn't know they ever did. I figured it'd be like like bi-weekly or even monthly type deal.
It depends on the run.
It's like
Some of
yeah,
them
I
are.
don't think every run has like a like each run?
Some
is
are
under, like,
monthly,
oh.
some are bi-weekly, some are like every 6 months, like an annual or something. You know.
Oh, cool. Okay, I
But
had
a
no
lot
idea.
of them come out weekly.
Nice.
Unless there's some issue with production.
We
But,
could every Wednesday come out with read along with Dan, read comics where he just reads it
I have quite a few.
as an audiobook.
That would actually be kind of epic.
So dumb.
I'm down. For that. We can get a like an overhead camera that shows the book that he's reading on the table.
No, he's got to hold it teacher style where like you flip it
Oh.
over and show the picture, then turn the page.
But
Yeah,
each loose leaf comic, just your single issue,
Mhm.
average maybe $5.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple comics here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Average
They're
$5
the
maybe.
they're the
But,
skillet ones.
Oh yeah.
So every week,
I think
$15 throughout like a year. That's quite a bit of money just for
Yeah.
loose leaf comics. That's not talking about
Oh, yeah.
volumes or
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
or
for
alternate
sure.
covers or
Yeah.
whatever you want to get.
yeah. I asked that just because I've started collecting manga and
Mhm.
I just bought the box set for Tokyo Ghoul and it's like $130 for the
Yeah.
whole thing.
I can't
It's
even
just like
say
buying
anything.
a book.
So
I mean, just one of these boxes right here. These are for the Pokemon cards. These are like $150 a piece for 36 packs.
yeah.
Mhm.
Then you get the acrylic case. That's another
$20,
$20.
$25.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, holy crap, that's a lot, and then I was looked over. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
was gonna say.
I can't say that's a lot because these things right here are that much, and it's.
Wait, then
Yeah,
how
that's why
much
I said
were
it's
each of
way less.
those G Fuel
There's
containers?
$40 a tub, but a lot of them
35 to 40. Yeah.
a lot of them are probably.
How
buy
much
one,
is
get
each
one.
gun?
Depends on the gun.
From $400 to what, over $1,000?
I think the most expensive one that I have, it'd be the AR-10. And if it weren't for the fact that I got the barrel for free, that would be like a $1,200 gun, I think. With the scope on it being a $300 scope as well would make it like $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
But act now, you get the
I'm
barrel
too frugal
free.
for that. I would like to have some cool guns and stuff. I don't want that many. I don't want to collect guns. That's just needed.
I really
for
want.
me. But I do want a Desert Eagle.
That'd be cool.
And
Now the
that's,
gold one, right?
No.
I
Just
want-
a normal one. But and that would be $1,600, I think,
For the 50.
the 50 cal.
Because they have it in 45 ACP.
Well,
as
you're
that's-
only gonna get a 50 cal.
Well, I mean, you can get one at 45. So
yes,
that's.
but you're gonna
You
get a
can,
50.
but you're going to
Yeah.
get the 50.
Yeah.
So that, and if my actual dream gun is a Scar,
Oh,
and those are
sweet, dude.
$3,600. So.
Those are dope, yeah.
I want to. Yeah, my like, I want to get to mainly my personal carry. Which
I
is,
have one already.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is it's just a normal handgun. It's gonna be a Steyr, and then I really want to make one like your new one.
That
That
little-
one is. I love that. Like it's smaller, compact. I like that feel.
That is a really.
So-
You gotta go on the 16th when they come up from Nebraska. You're gonna be able to shoot that for sure.
I want a Halo sword.
That too.
that
that'd
would
be
be
cool.
sick.
I would like a
Yeah.
needler. Can I have one of those?
Needler.
Can I get a?
Isn't that just like the nickname for the homeless people in San Francisco?
No.
No,
Needler is a Halo weapon.
I want to get the laser. The like.
Oh, the
Oh.
Spartan laser.
Oh, that was funny, Weston.
Shut up, Jordan.
That was
was
so
funny.
satisfying when you got someone with that.
Yeah, because you like never be able to hit anybody because it's so impossible. It charges for so long.
Yeah,
I feel like favorite video game weapons could be a whole other topic on its
Oh
own.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's something we
so-
can totally talk about.
If you guys want, we can move on. We can
Yeah.
just